Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending upon who you are and where you are. Let me ask you a couple of questions. While we're waiting for Facebook to do its thing, we're going to get started in a few minutes, but let me just ask you a couple of questions. Do you ever feel like you've kind of lost your way in your life, in your business, like you don't know where to go next, you don't know what to do? You ever felt that way? Do you ever feel like you don't have a lot of energy and enthusiasm to get through your day? Do you ever feel like there's got to be more to life than what you're currently experiencing? Well, if you answer yes to any of those or all of those, then we're going to talk about that here today. You'll notice that the topic today is what's the purpose? We'll come back and talk about that in just a few more moments, but while we're waiting for people to come in, just when you come in, say hello down below and let me know who you are and where you're coming in from. I always enjoy seeing those. Secondly, while we're waiting for people to roll in, if you're not yet following me on YouTube, now is the time. All right? It's obviously free. There's over 200 videos on my YouTube channel, James Arthurray, on how to improve your life in every single area, how to improve your business in every single area. There's videos on finance, on relationship, on health and fitness, on mental mastery and spiritual connectivity and so much more. So just follow me on YouTube, James Arthurray, if you're not yet doing that. And then finally, if this video blesses you and the topic resonates with you on a positive note, then let me help you. In fact, let me help you help those people that you love and care about. Just hit the share button right down here. You see it? Just hit the share button right below. And it's really easy to do. And help me, help you, help those that you love and care about. Help me to help you, help those that you love and care about by just hitting the share button. All right, so let's get started. Let me ask you again. Do you ever feel like you've lost your way? You ever felt that way? Do you ever feel like you don't have enough energy to get through your day or your week? A lot of people do feel like that. You ever feel like you're not sure exactly why you're here and what you're supposed to do? Even if you have a business, you ever felt that way? You ever felt like you have a business and yet maybe there's something bigger for you than what you're currently doing? Well, if any of those experiences are your experiences, if you say yes to any of them, then you're in the right place at the right time. Congratulations, stick with me. You'll notice that the topic today is what's the purpose? And let's just talk a little bit about what's going on in our world real quickly. You know, Gallup tells us that 72% of the people surveyed are unhappy, disengaged, and totally unfulfilled in their life and their business. 72%. That's nearly 3/4 of the entire population. That's a lot of people. It's kind of sad, isn't it? Gallup also tells us that 43% of the people surveyed are too exhausted to perform in their daily work. You ever feel like that? Furthermore, 16.4 million people in the U.S. alone are telling Gallup that they're depressed, and most of them are on meds. Now, here's the thing. Do you know what the number one cause of depression is in the world? Are you aware? It might surprise you. It's not lack of money. It's not lack of health. All those things are important. But the number one cause of depression, the number one cause of being disengaged and unfulfilled is lack of meaningful work. Do you get that? Lack of meaningful work. Now, we have a problem in our world, and we need to solve it. And we need some new leaders who are willing to start a new conversation. Because purpose drives the universe. You are a purpose-seeking device in a purpose-driven universe, and unless and until you know your purpose, you will not be happy and fulfilled. That's just that simple. We've got to change the conversation from purely profit to purpose. We've got to change the conversation from money to meaning. Does that make sense to you? I'm not saying that profit and money are not necessary. Of course, I'm an entrepreneur just like many of you. And yet, that's not what brings happiness and fulfillment. There's plenty of research to back this up. Meaning and fulfillment comes from knowing your purpose. And I've been really blessed to work with over 1 million people. Hey, Bersabeh, my beautiful wife. I've been really blessed to work with over 1 million people from 146 countries around the world. And the single most frequently asked question of me is not, how do I make more money? That people ask that one. It's not, how do I meet my soulmate? People ask that one. It's not, how do I get more healthy and fit? People ask that one. But the single most frequently asked question around the globe is, what's my purpose? What's the meaning of life? What's the reason that I'm here on this planet? Or some derivation thereof. You ever ask those questions? Well, let me tell you something. Your purpose is to find your purpose and to give yourself completely to it. Does that make sense to you? Your purpose in this lifetime is to find your purpose. And then once you find it, to give yourself fully and completely to it. Now that obviously necessitates that you find your purpose. Now, a lot of people, I ask them, well, what's your purpose? And they'll say, well, I want to be a professional speaker, James. Well, not so fast. I want to write a book, James. I want to be famous, James. I want to be a public figure, James. And that's not your purpose. You know, I'm not a professional speaker. Do I speak? Sure I do. But why do I speak? I speak because I have something to say. So many people, I want to be on stage, I want to speak. Well, what are you going to talk about? Well, I'm not quite sure. You only speak, that's something that you do. That's not why you are. You get the difference? Very few people understand their purpose in this lifetime. And unless and until you understand your purpose in this lifetime, you're not going to be happy and fulfilled. Not long term. You may be short term, but not long term. It's not going to be sustainable. Are you with me on this? Now, one of the first steps in finding your unique purpose is to find your unique gifts and genius. You see, every single one of us comes into this world with gifts from God, and we have these natural gifts from God that can be developed to a level of mastery. They take work, they take development. You don't become masterful just because you have some intrinsic or innate ability. But you have unique gifts and talents, and every single one of us, according to research from Harvard, is a genius in at least one, if not two areas. But what I find consistently is that social programming and socialized mind has told all of us that we should pursue a handful of things that are sexy, exciting, and fun. And when we pursue things that aren't our thing, we end up being unfulfilled. We end up being lacking in happiness. We end up wasting our life. Do you follow me on this? And so the first step is to find your unique gifts and genius, your God-given gifts and genius. The second step is to take that unique gifts and genius and to ask yourself, how am I going to utilize these things to fulfill my unique purpose in this lifetime? Purpose is always about how I'm going to contribute. And most people don't know that. Most people spend the majority of their life, the entirety of their life, and they don't know why they're here. Is that you? Well, if these things resonate with you, Bersabeh and I have put together a really exciting, brand new event that we want to give you an opportunity to attend and experience. It's called Personal Purpose and Power. It's April 9th through 11th on Zoom. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world. We've had people from India come in. We've had people from all over the globe come in. It doesn't matter where you are. Isn't it amazing that you can attend a workshop, roll up your sleeves, get into a community, and get busy with a group of people who are growth-minded on Zoom, regardless of where you are in the world. April 9th through 11th, 9 to 5 Pacific Standard Time. On Zoom. It's called Personal Purpose and Power. And when you know what your unique gifts are, when you know what your specific purpose is in this lifetime, when you know your vision for your lifetime and what you're here to accomplish, when you know your values, why you do what you do and what you hold in high regard, which you will know at the end of this 3-day experience. You'll know those so clearly, you will walk out with no question whatsoever on who you are, why you are, what's important to you, and what you're here to accomplish. Well, then just click the link above my head. If this is resonating with you, then click the link above my head and go to the landing page, get all the details, and reserve your seat at Personal Purpose and Power. Now, this event is not for the faint of heart. It's not me giving a lot of content. There's not a whole lot of content in this 3-day experience. There's a whole lot of work on your part. There's exercises and activities designed to get you to dive deep inside so that you answer the tough questions, you answer the important questions about who you are and why you are. You will leave this experience, Personal Purpose and Power, with your life contract in hand. You'll know why you do what you do, and when you come to the moment of decision, it'll be an easy thing for you. No more deliberating, no more hesitating, no more procrastinating, because you know who you are, why you are, and where you're going. If that resonates with you, then come join us. Just click the link above my head, get all the details, reserve your seat at Personal Purpose and Power. It's right around the corner, April 9 through 11 on Zoom. And if this video resonates with you, if it makes sense to you, if it touches your heart, then again, help me help you help those you love and care about just by hitting the share button. 2 things: hit the share button and click the link, grab your seat, and we'll see you April 9th through 11th. I want to thank you so much for a couple of moments of your day, and I'll look forward to working with you up close and personal April 9th through 11th in Personal Purpose and Power. God bless you. See you soon.